well, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole, and I'm Nicole Carter, and in this video, I wanted to talk about how to enjoy the holidays on a limited diet. So you probably already are feeling like the holidays are going by and you can't participate in a lot of things. That is very common because people with ulcerative colitis or inflammatory bowel disease, or really any kind of digestive problems, they often have to avoid a lot of foods. And so when it comes to the holidays, it's all about the food. And it may feel like you are not participating if you're not eating some of these things. So I wanted to give you some of my favorites as far as foods that can be either adapted to the holidays or just are like festive and holiday foods. If you're heading to parties, if you have the option to cook your own food and bring it with you, that's always a better choice because now you know exactly what's in it and it's always much safer that way. Or if you're hosting the party, then of course you also have a little bit more control over what's going in them as well. But here's some of the beginning foods that I would start with. And first of all, meats of any kind are always going to be present at Christmas parties, holiday dinners, all sorts of things. And those are always safe. So I would say look for your prime rib or steaks or tri-tip roast or something along those lines, or maybe it's going to be a seafood platter. Even chicken is fine. You're going to be okay with pretty much any of the meats. I would just watch out for the seasoning, avoid pepper if you can. Pepper is pretty irritating to the gut. And then next you can look at, okay, what kind of side dishes would I want to have with this meal? And usually there are going to be salads and veggie trays and some things that you may not want to have. I would highly recommend going for a soup. And soup, especially if you make it yourself, is probably going to be made from a homemade chicken broth or beef broth or something like that, which has the medicinal qualities of glycine that are always amazing. And I've talked about that in many other videos. But soup is a great thing to make for the holidays. You can start with your meat broth or chicken broth or even the fish stock and make a full nice soup or stew from that. That's a great start. And then any vegetables that you happen to use in those soups are going to be well cooked, and that'll be much safer for your gut. Side dishes also could show up like a carrot salad. Carrot salad is traditionally eaten to clean the gut, and you can make it a little bit more festive by, let's say, for example, adding some chopped up parsley to it, maybe a little bit of diced apple or some raisins, dried raisins for color. I wouldn't eat those on a regular basis, but probably fine for a few days here and there during the holidays. And it'll be a nice colorful salad. You can just add a little bit of lemon juice and olive oil and you're good to go there. Great little side dish. Also, think about deviled eggs. Deviled eggs, as long as you use maybe an avocado oil for mayonnaise. I wouldn't use the standard soybean oil mayonnaise. But everybody loves deviled eggs. They're really good. They go down well. They're mostly protein and fat and don't have really any issues for most people with ulcerative colitis or inflammatory bowel disease. Other good choices would be like, instead of cocktails, you could make fruit juice mocktails. So different types of fruit juices mixed with your mineral water. Those can be fun. There's lots of fun recipes out there on how to make mocktails. And then for desserts, I always think chocolate just is a great dessert any time of the year. Chocolate is safe for most people unless you have a specific allergy to it, but it doesn't seem to irritate inflammatory bowel disorders. And it's a saturated fat. Cocoa butter is a saturated fat, and that's always safer than unsaturated fats as far as inflammation to your intestines go. So chocolate is a great option. You could do a chocolate milk. I like to just heat the milk and drop a truffle in there. That's also really, really good. Cheesecake is a great option because, again, it's mostly cheese, dairy, eggs, and sugar, all of which are safe for inflammatory bowel disease. You could also try eggnog. Eggnog is kind of similar ingredients, mostly dairy and sugar, and actually pretty good for most people. Even if you have inflammatory bowel disease, sugar isn't really a problem. It's really about keeping the stress hormones down, keeping the bacteria out of your gut, and helping yourself to relax and not stress too much, which of course most people do during the holidays. But those are some of my favorite holiday foods that I always kind of lean on during the holiday season, and I never feel deprived, but you should come up with something that really fits your lifestyle and your stomach and something that you can digest and make that part of your staple. So I would love for you to comment below and share your ideas of what kind of foods would be good for parties if you have gut issues. If you like that video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.